Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Havoc here with another Total War 3 Kingdoms guide. Today I will be going over one of the most requested subjects, corruption. Full disclosure on this video, the information I'm presenting to you is simply from what I've tried to find within the game, and as such may not be 100% accurate. I have tried to get an answer from CA on the specifics, but to no response. As always, let's dive in. Corruption is a mechanic designed to portray your expanding empire and the idea that your power will naturally not be pure in nature. All we get from CA is from the Total War Academy glossary, and that corruption increases as your commanderies grow and develop, while an extremely vague description, it does not seem to be entirely the case. By that definition, the more highly developed commanderies I have, the higher my corruption should be. Let's take a look at my Gongsun-san campaign. Currently I own 21 counties, within that comprises of 10 full commanderies. All of these commanderies are at level 4 or higher, upwards to level 7. By CA's definition, I should be at a pretty high corruption percentage, but I'm only at a 25% base. Switching over to my Kongrong campaign, I have 20 counties and 6 full commanderies. Not one is under level 5, which in theory should mean my corruption should be higher, yet it's still at a base 25. Lastly, we take a look at my never-ending Gongdu campaign, where I own 37 counties and only 9 full commanderies. These commanderies are level 5s and 7s. Going by Gongsun-san campaign and my Kongrong campaign, I should be at around 25%, maybe a little higher. That's not the case, as I'm at 47%, a pretty crippling number for my empire at the moment. The point I'm trying to make is that I do not believe the amount of full commanderies nor their settlement level has anything to do with corruption. The sole determining factor, at least according to me, is simply how many counties or settlements you have in total. Now again, I must emphasize that this is just my most educated guess. I've reached out to CA for confirmation and just haven't heard back. But following several other of my campaigns, the only correlation between corruption is simply how many counties are in my possession. Whether in theory or true, there are some factual ways to combat it. Let's take a look. One of the simplest ways to combat corruption is by placing administrators. Every administrator automatically applies a minus 30% corruption to the commandery they're assigned to. Do note that the percentage is applied to whatever corruption percentage is within the commandery. That means that a 25% base corruption level, applying an administrator will knock the commandery percentage down to 17%. There are a couple of ways to unlock more administrators. Gaining higher empire ranks will steadily unlock more administrator positions, and turning to the government reform section of the tech tree, you can follow the Unix Secretaries branch to unlock a couple more. Unfortunately, you won't be able to assign administrators to all of your commanderies, so it's best to apply them to your highest income commanderies for maximum corruption reduction. Administrators are not the only characters that can reduce corruption. Assignments are another way. Unlocked through the Sentinel skill stability, the Counteract Corruption assignment reduces corruption in the assigned commandery by 50%. While not permanent assignments, they can almost act like a 15-turn administrator, which you could stack in the same commandery as an administrator, or use it to reduce corruption in one of the commanderies that you can't put one in. If your characters are not enough to reduce corruption, there are a few main chains your settlements can pursue. The State Workshop split at level 3 begins decreasing corruption to the point where it will also decrease corruption in the surrounding commanderies. So look to build this chain in an industrial-based commandery, but at the center of other high-income commanderies for maximum effect. The Administration Office chain is another chain to pursue and have the same corruption reduction effects as State Workshops, applied either to your own commandery up to 20%, or suffering a bit of percentage income from all sources for that 20% to be applied to the surrounding commanderies as well. I'll also note that several factions within the game have unique building chains that can also reduce corruption, but they also take the place of the aforementioned building chains with their own unique flair. For the sake of time, I won't go into these chains, but look for the gold highlighted chains to check out if your faction can help in that area. The last general way to reduce your corruption is through technology. Following the government reform side of the tech tree, coin minting, the 5 punishments, and officer relocation will give you some faction-wide corruption reductions to help boost your empire for good. That all being said, there are a wide range of events, character traits, followers, etc. that can either temporarily or permanently increase or decrease corruption. Be on the lookout for characters that might bring you down in these areas and you may want to get rid of them, or be sure to use those that reduce corruption to their most suited spots to fight it. And that's it for my campaign guide on corruption in Total War 3 Kingdoms. I'll mention once again that since I don't know exactly how corruption is calculated, take the first section with a grain of salt. However, combating corruption can take many forms, and it will take a combination of everything mentioned to effectively reduce it and generate more money for your economy. Thank you for watching this hot topic video on Three Kingdoms. I do hope it helps you out in your campaigns. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest videos. If you haven't bought the game already, it is now available in both the US and UK Games Planet stores, so follow the link in the description to help support the channel. I appreciate the love and support. This is Havoc, and I'll see you in the next video.